Hey everybody, Linus here. Today we're going deep into the world of CPUs, those little chips that power our PCs. Specifically, we're diving into the history of AMD, a company that's been battling it out with Intel for decades. Buckle up, because it's a wild ride from underdog to top dog. We'll start from the early days of personal computing and journey all the way to the present, exploring the innovations, the struggles, and the victories that shaped AMD into the powerhouse it is today. Get ready to learn about iconic processors like the Am486, the K5, the legendary Athlon, and of course the game-changing Ryzen series. We'll see how AMD pushed the boundaries of technology, bringing us faster, more powerful, and more affordable PCs. So whether you're a seasoned tech enthusiast or just curious about the brains of your computer, stick around. It's going to be epic. Our story begins in the early 90s. Intel was the undisputed king of CPUs with their 486 processor. It was the chip to have in your PC. But then came AMD entering the scene with their own version, the Am486. The Am486 was a clone of Intel's design, but with a twist. It was cheaper and sometimes even faster. This move was a game changer. It meant consumers had more options and didn't have to rely solely on Intel. It was the first shot fired in what would become a legendary rivalry. The Am486 wasn't just about competition, though. It was about making technology more accessible. By offering a more affordable alternative, AMD helped bring the power of computing to more people around the world. This was just the beginning for AMD. Little did anyone know that this underdog company was about to unleash a wave of innovation that would shake the industry to its core. After the Am486, AMD knew they couldn't just play catch-up. They needed their own processor design, something revolutionary. Enter the K5, AMD's first in-house x86 processor. It was designed to compete with Intel's Pentium processors. The K5 boasted some impressive features for its time. It had a more advanced architecture than the Am486 and introduced the concept of speculative execution, which basically means it tried to predict what instructions would be needed next to speed up processing. While the K5 didn't quite dethrone Intel's Pentium, it was a huge step for AMD. It proved they could design and produce competitive processors. More importantly, it showed the world that AMD was a serious contender in the CPU arena. The K5 paved the way for future generations of AMD processors. It was a testament to their engineering prowess and their commitment to pushing the limits of what CPUs could do. Section 4, Athlon, a knockout blow. In 1999, AMD landed a critical hit with the Athlon processor. This wasn't just another step forward, it was a giant leap. The Athlon was the first processor to break the 1 gigahertz barrier, a massive achievement at the time. But speed wasn't the only thing that made the Athlon special. It also introduced a new, more efficient architecture that allowed for better performance and lower power consumption. The Athlon was a smash hit, finally surpassing Intel in terms of performance and capturing the hearts of gamers and PC enthusiasts worldwide. For the first time in a long time, Intel was on the back foot. The Athlon proved that AMD was a force to be reckoned with. It wasn't just about offering cheaper alternatives anymore. AMD was now leading the pack in performance and innovation. The Athlon era was a golden age for AMD. They were on top of the world and the future looked incredibly bright. However, the battle was far from over. Section 5, APUs, brains and beauty combined. As technology evolved, AMD recognized a growing need for processors that could handle both general computing tasks and graphics processing. Their answer, the Accelerated Processing Unit, or APU. APUs combined a powerful CPU with a capable graphics processing unit, or GPU, on a single chip. This meant better performance for less power, making them perfect for laptops and smaller form-factor PCs. It was a game-changer for mobile computing. The first generation of APUs, codenamed Llano, hit the market in 2011, bringing impressive graphics performance to a whole new category of devices. It was a bold move that paid off, as APUs quickly gained popularity for their versatility and efficiency. With APUs, AMD once again demonstrated their commitment to innovation. They weren't afraid to break the mold and push the boundaries of what processors could do. Section 6. Ryzen, the comeback king. After a few challenging years, AMD made a triumphant return in 2017 with the Ryzen processor. This marked a turning point for the company and the industry as a whole. Ryzen was a clean-sheet design built from the ground up with a focus on performance, efficiency, and scalability. It boasted a new Zen architecture that delivered significant performance improvements over previous generations, putting AMD back in the lead. But Ryzen wasn't just about raw power. It also offered incredible value for money, often outperforming Intel processors at a fraction of the cost. This combination of performance and affordability made Ryzen a hit with gamers, content creators, and everyday users alike. The Ryzen revolution continues to this day, with each new generation pushing the boundaries of performance and efficiency even further. AMD is back on top, and they're showing no signs of slowing down. Section 7. The future looks bright for AMD. From its humble beginnings with the Am486 to the groundbreaking Ryzen processors, AMD has consistently challenged the status quo. They've proven time and again that they're not afraid to innovate and push the boundaries of what's possible. Today, AMD is a dominant force in the CPU market. They're not just competing with Intel, they're often setting the pace. With a renewed focus on high-performance computing, data centers, and gaming, the future looks incredibly bright for AMD, so there you have it. That's the epic journey of AMD from underdog to top dog. It's a story of innovation, perseverance, and a relentless drive to deliver the best possible performance for every user. And who knows what amazing technologies they'll come up with next. One thing's for sure, AMD will keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible, and we'll all benefit from their relentless pursuit of innovation.